Hi again, everybody. I wanted to read this book to you today. It's one that I have not read before, but that I picked out at the library with all of you in mind, and I think you're going to enjoy it. It's called Me and You and the Red Canoe by Jean Pedzwal and pictures by Phil. Me and You and the Red Canoe. I woke before the sun was up, before the moon closed its eyes, before the stars twinkled out, when the whole world was just thinking about the new day and everything was purple and magical. You were already awake, listening to the chorus of frogs, dressed, waiting. You smiled, winked, and held a finger to your lips. We crawled from the tent, carefully, quietly, so we didn't wake the others. I stretched and yawned. You lit the fire, smoke coiling up all the way to the top of the pines that stood guarding our campsite, black, pointy shadows reaching to the sky. We sat on a log by the shore, sipping hot chocolate from warm mugs, listening to the laughter of a loon calling out from the mist. I carried our rods, you carried the tackle and bait. We pushed our red canoe out onto the lake. I sat in the bow, my paddle dipping in and out, in and out, in and out. You sat in the stern, your paddle keeping time. A trail of ripples traced our path through the water, past the rocky cliff and around the point, and into the bay. We paused, silent, drifting in our red canoe, and watched a moose on long gangly legs pluck cattails from the shallows for his breakfast. I dropped my line into the blue-green depths, my lure spinning, twirling, dancing. You paddled. We waited. I jumped when a loud thwack slapped nearby and echoed back and forth. You pointed at the beaver, sleek and brown, swimming with a stick to repair her home. We heard a squirrel scolding, chip, chip, chattering, telling the waking forest we were there. I felt maybe a tug and checked my line, but it was only a weed clinging to the hook. I cleaned it off and sent it back to the blue-green depths, spinning, twirling, dancing. You paddled. We waited. I watched the sun poke through the trees, sending golden ribbons across the lake. You pointed out a nest high atop a leafless birch, and not far away, the white head and dark body and piercing yellow eyes of the eagle. We wondered how all those twigs and sticks and other bits survived the wind and rain. I checked my line again. You paddled. We waited. And then I felt a tug, tug, tug. Wham! My rod bent and kissed the water. The reel whizzed as line spooled off, down, 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 to the blue-green depths. I held on tight, my rod twisting, leaping, and fought to wind the line back onto the reel. Tug, pull, turn, closer and closer, up, 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 from the blue-green depths. It was just me and the fish fighting, while the moose browsed and the beaver worked and the squirrel scolded and the eagle watched, forgotten. Then silver leapt from water to sky, soared from sky to water, and landed with a splash beside the red canoe. You dipped the net into the lake. We landed the trout. I sat in the bow, my paddle dipping in and out, in and out, in and out. You sat in the stern, your paddle keeping time, the sunlight sparkling in our wake. We heard laughter, the knock of axe against wood, smelled coffee and bacon and smoke from the fire, saw the others stretching and yawning as we beached the red canoe and jumped ashore. I put another log on the fire and stirred the coals until they glowed hot. You cleaned the fish and fried it up in butter, golden and crispy. We agreed it was the best breakfast ever. The end. I have to add that one back to my basket. And if you enjoyed it, you could watch again. See you next time.